We've been island hopping around some of the most beautiful islands in the world with Daniel's parents on board for the past couple weeks. We've been eating at some of the most amazing restaurants, swimming in the clearest water, going on Pearl Farm and vanilla tours, and admiring the Overwater bungalows people pay thousands of dollars to stay in. It's been a true vacation, no boat projects, no provisioning, just having fun and hanging out as a family. It's been a dream.
It's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you. This is going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide.
We've been enjoying Moorea, but it's time to move on so we can see more of the Society Islands of French Polynesia. Daniel's parents are doing their first overnight sail so we can make it to Huahine in the morning. We grabbed a mooring in front of Le Mahana Hotel and ate lunch and hung out on the beach. We moved anchorages, ate at Huahine Yacht Club, and checked out the town. A lot of places they close on Sunday. Especially in the smaller places.
What do I do with that? Do I just...
Then we did a quick sail over to the next islands on our list, Raiatea and Taha'a. We toured a vanilla farm.
Is it the extra you can keep a long time?
Not the smell them, they smell good.
Does it help get the moisture out too?
Yeah.
Then dinghied over to a motu and had an authentic Tahitian buffet style lunch. John, you get in front of me. The anchorage here is probably one of my all-time favorites. The water looks like a swimming pool. It was so beautiful, and it's a pretty incredible experience to be able to spend time with our family in a setting like this one. We left that stunning anchorage and hopped over to another one just as beautiful to be close to Fish and Blue for dinner. This restaurant has to be the most stunning restaurant I've ever seen. Everything from the beach and the sunset we had to the pier, the candlelight, even the bathrooms were magazine worthy. We grabbed a free mooring in front of Love Here Pearl Farm It was definitely worth the stop to take a tour here.
Oyster, who produce pearl? In Polynesia, we have two specimens. First time, they need to choose oyster with beautiful color on the level.
They also had a large selection of loose pearls that are kind of like seconds with some minor imperfections. They ran about $3 a pearl. On our way over to Bora Bora, our last stop with Daniel's parents on board, we spotted some whales right outside of the reef. Bora Bora is such an iconic place known for overwater bungalows with turquoise water, and it didn't disappoint.
And he ate it. Look at that.
Gigi, where you at?
Bora Bora!
Daniel's parents flew from Bora Bora back to Tahiti to catch their flight to the U.S. This was an incredible trip for all of us, and we're so glad we got to experience the Society Islands together. Daniel's parents just left. They've been with us for about the past 2 weeks. We're still in Bora Bora. We're going through the really shallow area of Bora Bora. It's like 9 feet deep. Oh man, that looks shallow. Kind of nervous. We were following behind another boat and they took a different path, but supposedly this path's supposed to be good. I don't know. I'm just a little anxious. We've got like 20 knot winds. It's never like calm and clear. It's always chaos. We got 8-foot depth.
Charts are good though. Charts are spot on.
Oh, why would you say that right now?
Everybody has said the charts are spot on, and I'm verifying that right now. I'm saying the charts have been spot on.
We've got 12 knots of wind right now. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's been gusting up and down now. It's supposed to really crank up the next few days. Supposed to have 25, 26 knots sustained winds, the gusts probably in the 30s. So hopefully these mooring balls down here are good. I think this is where the Salem family might have lost their mooring. So hopefully they're better now.
The path we took brought us right beside all the famous overwater bungalows that Bora Bora is known for. I couldn't believe how close we were to them. Your parents just laugh. How do you think they like the trip?
I think they had a great time. They were able to see a lot of stuff. They started with us in Tahiti. We went to Moorea, Huahine, Raiatea, Taha'a, then Bora Bora. Had a great time. They seemed to really enjoy themselves. So glad they got to spend time with us. We had really good weather. They had a good time.
It's a really nice view. What you thinking about Bora Bora?
It's good. I like it.
It's costing us $40 for a mooring, but we got the same views of the people who's getting a $30,000 a night bungalow, so that's pretty good. We spent our windy days tubing through the bright turquoise waters and watching Jack wingfoil. waiting out the high winds, we moved back through those shallow waters to move closer to the main town so we can provision and eventually check out of French Polynesia.
Stick your needle in your loop, wrap around, pull off, pull under, and pull off. Last one, then you'll do it yourself.
All right, Bora Bora, gonna go get some groceries. Hello.
We've been waiting on a blow for about 2 weeks. We're looking at leaving here and heading west towards Tonga, maybe stopping Nui, trying to get some groceries and just stocked up before we head. It's about 1,000 miles, so it'll be about a week.
We are on the move with laundry on the line.
That's how we roll, classy.
That's right. Classy and Bora Bora. Where you going, Dan?
We're just moving from the Bora Bora Yacht Club moorings over to these moorings behind this little island over here.
Is it tricky through here?
It's not too bad. All the French channel markers are a little backwards from what we're used to with red right return in the U.S. On here it's usually the opposite, so usually have red on the left and green on the right.
That one right there. That's the boat that Daniel had to jump on in Tahiti. They were dragging at anchor. Daniel hopped on their boat and was able to get them re-anchored while they weren't there. If he didn't, it was going to drag into everybody. So what makes me nervous is all this dark under the water. I can never tell how shallow the bommies are. Just go real slow through here. What y'all getting ready to do?
Do the float.
Gigi, you gonna ride on the float?
No.
What?
You got to, or I'm not gonna blow it up.
No.
What if he goes super slow?
No.
No?
Slower than you won't.
So what you looking at?
I'm looking at the weather, trying to figure out when we're going to leave Bora Bora and try to head to Nui and Tonga. Also got to start filling out some paperwork to get our exit ZARP and everything from French Polynesia. So it takes a few days to do that because they have to send the paperwork to Tahiti. We'd like to go to Nui, spend a few days at Nui, see it, and then go on to Tonga. It's all going to be weather dependent. Filling out the form online to clear out of French Polynesia. It's pretty easy because when you enter in, you submit an online form with all the information. So you go back into that same form and you just update like all the dates of when your intended departure is. But then we have to all go in person and show up at the authority's office to check out actually. But this is all required to be done in advance. I was looking at the check-in requirements for Nui. Is that how you say it? Nui?
I guess.
Not
ooh.
But and I was gonna try to book a mooring because they only have moorings there. You can't anchor. I was gonna try to book it in advance, like a week out, but it says bookings can only be made 48 hours from arrival due to reliance on Mother Nature.
Well, there's a bunch of people coming now who will be leaving around the same time we are, heading that way. So that's kind of why we were wanting to book a mooring, because they only have limited number.
Yeah, so I might just message them and let them know we're going to be probably heading that way, maybe arriving around Wednesday next week. We just got a message from a boat in the anchor, or in the same mooring field that we are here in Bora Bora, saying their dinghy was stole last night. Crazy thing is, this is the same boat that was dragging at the anchorage in Tahiti we were in, and they were away from the boat when it was dragging. So I took my dinghy, jumped on their boat. I had to crank their motors, start their motors, move the boat. And another guy came on with me and he let out more chain while I was making sure it didn't hit anybody else. So this same boat messaged us this morning, said they got their dinghy was stole last night and the painter line was cut and their dinghy's gone. They were wanting to know if we could help them look for their dinghy. So I'm gonna drop our dinghy and go see if we can find it, but I'm sure whoever stole it probably ain't gonna leave it in plain sight. So I don't know how much luck we'll have, but maybe if we can talk to some locals. A lot of times people talk in these small islands and you know, people hear stuff and see stuff. So we'll see if we can help them out.
Okay, now we gotta save a dinghy.
So supposedly a local just went over to their boat saying they think they saw it. I'm not sure. A lot of times they know who stole it. Maybe they took the motor off. Maybe they took the fuel off of it. So we'll see. I think Daniel and Jack are gonna go over there and see if there's anything they can do. Gigi, are you going over there to get the dinghy?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go? Why not?
Is there a robber? I got splashed.
What'd you say?
Is there a robber? I've been waiting for a punch a robber in the nuts.
John, go get that robber! Go get that robber! That's why we always lift and lock our dinghy. You know how we always raise it up?
Yeah.
It's harder to steal when it's lifted up.
And if a robber comes, they don't really know how to put our dinghy down.
That's right.
Yay!
I see 3 boats. One looks like Daniel and Jack and John. One looks like the boat that came up to them, and another one looks like the dinghy. So maybe that they found it. So what happened?
The fishermen had found it like on the reef, so they got it. They said a fuel can was missing out of it, but it wasn't like their main fuel can. It was like another, just a smaller one that they have in there. So I asked them, I said, do you think it chafed and drifted away, or do you think somebody cut it? He said he thinks somebody cut it because it looked like, it was a clean cut, like somebody cut it. But he wasn't sure it was us. It's always good to lift your dinghy at night. You never know if your anchor might start dragging, a mooring ball might break, and you need to run your engines. You don't want to be worried about a dinghy, your line getting foul in the prop, or your dinghy getting caught under your boat when you're trying to save your boat from going on a reef. So it's always good practice to have it up in case you need something, and it always prevents people from trying to steal it as much. I mean, they got to work a lot harder to get it when it's raised up rather than just coming by and cutting your line or untying your line and taking your dinghy. So